If you can start to understand how this reality truly works, how this reality works that you're living in right now, you're gonna have the secrets to manifest what you want. You're gonna have the secrets to create the reality you want, to live the life that is completely in alignment with your heart. And so they really should teach this stuff in school. They really should teach us how to become a creator, how to tap into who you truly are, how to understand this reality in school. But they don't teach it. And so that's why we're going to be talking about in this video the secrets that you need to know in order to create the reality you want, to connect to who you really are, to live the life that is in alignment with who you really are and what you really want to be doing and what your heart to some degree knows that it should be doing it. Not that you have to do anything, but it's this sense that your heart kind of feels obligated to go in a certain direction and to create exactly what your heart wants. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, is the secrets to the universe in 3 simple steps. The secrets to the universe so that you can manifest your reality in 3 simple steps. And if you can follow what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, follow these 3 things, and I don't know if they're quite steps, if I should call them steps, or if it's just 3 things to know. But these 3 things in this video are going to be very powerful for you. So if you can really integrate these, really understand these, really take them in, you're going to have what you need to create the reality that you really want. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So the first thing I want you to understand, which I believe is one of the most important things you'll ever learn in your life, ultimately, this one thing I'm going to be sharing with you, they should, I don't want to say should, but I think that the human population would be much better off if they taught this truth in school, which is the truth that you are pure awareness. Okay, I'm not going to go too deep into it and overextend it longer than I have to in this video. And this video is not going to be me pointing you to that space or telling you why that is the case. I'm just going to straight up tell you the truth is that, the first simple step to realize the secret to the universe is whatever you can do to realize that you are pure awareness, that you are not the form that you see in front of you, the thoughts that you think you are, the limiting beliefs that you think you are, all the things in your life that we attach to, our body even, our mind, our emotions. None of these things are you. And when we start to believe that these things are who we are, this is what you call the ego. And the ego, of course, creates lots and lots of suffering. And the more that we're attached to the forms of reality, so the thoughts that you think you are, the emotions that you think you are, your body and your mind and your emotions, when we cling on and believe this is the way that reality is, this is what I am, of course, that is going to create suffering. And the more that you attach to this and believe this is who you are, you're not going to have the awareness to understand that actually you can create your reality in whatever way you want. And if you don't believe that, at the very least, what I will say is that the way that reality has been for you doesn't have to be the way that it will be later on as well. Just because we were conditioned in a certain way doesn't mean that we have to continue living life in that way. And I believe that the first step is awareness and realizing that actually you are pure awareness. That's what you are. You are love. You are unconditional love. That's who you really are. When I say who you really are in these videos, I'm not talking about some cliche like, who you really are as an ego. I'm talking about who you really are actually, fundamentally. Because who you really are is, of course, pure awareness in consciousness. That's the first secret to the universe. Now, I'm not going to be sharing with you in this video how to go there or the steps to step into that realization. But the first step to create your reality and the first secret of the universe is to realize that you are pure consciousness and awareness. That is what you are. And so the second secret to the universe to create your reality, the second step to understand the secret of the universe, is actually to realize that you are not your limitations. This is the greatest truth you'll ever know when it comes to transformation. You see, when you're stepping into a new reality, when you're becoming something new, when you're choosing to be a new way in life, when you're choosing to be some new identity, the old identity is going to creep back up to the surface and try to convince you why actually you're not allowed to be that way. You don't feel like it's right. Your mind will say, this doesn't feel natural. This isn't who I am, says the ego. Maybe you're not confident and you want to develop confidence. The mind will say, this doesn't feel right. I don't feel like this is natural. I don't feel like this is right. Of course, because your old identity is not in alignment with that new identity. And so understand that whatever the case is in life, whether you're trying to find peace in this present moment, whether you're trying to evolve into something new, you literally are not your limitations. They're not you. They never were you. But the problem is when we lose ourselves in the limitations, when we believe in the limitations. Believing in a thought and believing in limitation is just, that's all the ego is. The ego is not that complicated. The ego is just, you've confused the spacious awareness that you are for a thought. That's it. For a freaking thought. You forgot who you were in the process of life. And so what I'm here to tell you is that actually the secret to the universe, the second step to understand the secret of the universe, to manifest and create your reality, whether that's a more peace, a more internal abundance, or something in the external, is to realize that you are not your limitations. If you are clinging on to your limitations and you have a lack of consciousness and awareness around that, do you see how it's going to be way harder to become something different in your life? Because you're carrying this burden of believing that you are your thoughts, that story in your mind that you think you are. You think that's what I am. It's not what you are. It's just a freaking story that we lose ourselves in. That's it. That's all it is. It's just a story. You were never a thought. You never will be a thought. The only time you think you're a thought is when you forget who you are and you get lost in the story of your thoughts, which is what we call the ego, at least the way that I use the word. Your ego is nothing more than losing your sense of spaciousness in a thought story. That's it. That's the way I use the word ego. If you really start to incorporate the understanding of this, you'll notice that when you're moving through life from the ego, that's what creates attachment, that's what creates suffering, that's what blocks manifestation, that's what blocks you from living the life that you truly want. So the second step to this process is to realize that you are not your limitations. And you want to be conscious of that in the moments that are most important to you, when actually you least want to hear that truth. When you least want to hear this is exactly when you want to stay in that spacious conscious awareness. When you have the most fears, the most anxieties, the most negative emotions coming up, telling you why it's not good to go through with this process, or to go here, or to step into this new reality, or oh my gosh, you know, this is the discomfort zone. That's a little bit of a new territory for me. I shouldn't go in that direction. Yeah, that's exactly when you need to hear the truth the most, is exactly when you're not going to want to hear it. It's like, Francis, okay, you know what? I get what you're saying. I get it, Francis. But how about when this fear comes up? What do I do then, Francis? That's exactly when you want to incorporate what I'm telling you times 30. Because in that moment where there's a lack of fully accepting what it is that that truth entails, that is exactly when you want to fully take it in and fully be conscious of the fact that actually you are not your limitations, and you never were, and you never will be. And so the third step to understand who you truly are and the secret of the universe to be able to create the reality that you really want is to understand that you can choose what you want in your life. You can choose what you want. The third step to this process is choose what you want to create and trust yourself to create it. It's that simple. Make a choice that you want to be something in your life. Make a choice that you want to manifest something in your life. Make a choice. Choose it. Tell yourself right now, I am going to choose this thing. I am going to manifest this thing into my life. And the moment you make that choice, understand that that is an intention. That is an intention. And when you set an intention, what you want to do next is trust yourself in the process. And this is going to allow you to manifest so much into your life. I'm telling you right now, all the things I've manifested in my life were by making a choice to create it and then trusting in myself in the process. Taking the actions, doing the quote unquote work, doing the things that I know were bringing me closer to what I wanted to create, showing up in my life in a way that proves that I'm worthy of that manifestation, to prove to myself that I'm worthy of that, moving through life assuming that it's going to happen. You see, most people just assume that they can't create what they want. I don't do that. I assume that if I put enough energy into something, it's going to happen. And it happens every single time. There's been nothing in my life where I set an intention, I trusted that it was going to happen, and it didn't happen. It always happens. Always. It always happens. I am a very strong believer that actually, if you set an intention for something and you trust yourself in the process, put in enough action, and feel as good as you can, and be connected to the present moment, and be in a process-oriented state of consciousness. That's the trust coming in, right? You know where you're going, but when you're in that present moment, you're not attached to it and you're not thinking about it. If you do that and you stick long enough, the thing you want to see has to come into fruition. It can't not happen. It is going to manifest. The question is, are you going to trust yourself long enough to actually see that thing manifest in your life? Are you going to stick it out long enough to see the thing you want to see happen? Are you going to stay connected to your higher self and who you really are long enough for you to see the thing you want come into your life? Most people don't. They don't stay connected long enough. They forget who they are. They get lost into the limitations, and they haven't fully embodied the secrets of the universe that we're talking about in this video. You might know everything I'm sharing. It's like, Francis, I already know all of this. Of course, I don't know for sure if that's what you're saying, but let's just say that objection is coming up for some of you watching this video. Understand that maybe you know this, and maybe you think you know this logically, but my question to you is, are you truly living it? Are you living into your power? Are you living into the reality you want? Are you fully embodying the truth that you are not your limitations? Can you embody that truth when the fear comes up? When you're going after that thing and you're scared, can you embody it then? Because actually, that's the most important time to embody what I'm sharing with you. Can you embody it in the moments where you don't want to embody it? That's the most important thing. And so understand that you can choose what you want, and if you can really trust yourself, not in some cliche way, but to really trust yourself. Really, like when I was dropping out of school, 2 years ago, just to close off, I'll give you this quick little story. It's like I was trusting the universe, I was on the spiritual path, but then when it came to really doing the tangible stuff, showing myself in the universe that I trust myself, that's when I had to really be put to the test. You know, you say you want financial abundance, you say you want to manifest this, but the question is, are you making investments and taking risks that reflect that? Are you looking at price tags and seeing how expensive things are? Or are you living fearlessly? And if you have fears, are you listening to the fears? Are you getting sucked in to the fears? And so that's a whole other conversation and a whole other video that we can't get into right now. But just to conclude this video, understand that you have a choice as a creator to choose the reality you want to create, to choose the reality you want to step into, to intend for something to happen into your life. And if you trust the process, take the actions you need to take, trust yourself, your true self, who you really are, your presence, your consciousness, the deeper aspect of you, the deeper intelligence that is within you, that is within everything. If you can trust in yourself, you are going to start to manifest everything that you want into your life, and you'll be living and you'll be embodying the secrets of the universe, and you'll be manifesting everything that you want into your life and into your reality, and your consciousness will be flowing and in alignment with the divine. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.